after Senator Sanders. Okay. All right.
Let her speak.
All right.
Let her speak.
All right. We're shutting it down. You are shutting it down. You are disrupting this event. You are disrupting this event. We will.
That's on his campaign. Let her
No,
speak.
you are shutting it down. We are shutting.
Let her speak or we shut it down.
We will shut it down. You are shutting it down.
All right, anarchy in action, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us now on the Malzberg panel, Jim Hoft and Nomiki Konst. Of course, Jim is GatewayPundit.com founder and conservative blogger, investigative reporter, and Nomi, founder and executive director of the Accountability Project, host of the Accountability Podcast. All right, let's start with you, Jim, because you just posted something on the GatewayPundit.com. Many people have wondered why Black Lives Matter has gone after Hillary's opponents and as of yet hasn't gone after Hillary. And now today you tell me that Hillary had Black Lives Matter locked out.
Right. Hillary has her own solution to this problem. And what she did today, she was up in New Hampshire at a campaign event, and it's just breaking on the wires right now, but she locked the Black Lives protesters out of the event. They had said that they were going to disrupt her, and so the campaign staff locked them out. It's all over Twitter right now.
Well, I got to tell you, Nomi, I would lock them out, and if I had been Bernie Sanders, I would have had them arrested for coming up on the stage and threatening and disrupting and disturbing the peace and the whole thing. Any charge I could come up with.
You wouldn't do that if you were running on the
same
line.
Yes, I would.
If you're trying to woo their vote, you wouldn't arrest people.
I'm not trying
in your
to
own
woo
party.
the vote of anarchists. Sorry.
They're not anarchists. I mean,
they are anarchists.
Okay. Well, regardless of whether anarchists or not, you know, there is a situation here within the Bernie Sanders campaign. It is a more open. It's sort of like the way Barack Obama in the early stages in 2008. You know, he had massive crowds. There was disruption, believe it or not. I mean, I was there, and I remember there were lots of protests at the time for different issues that they were trying to bring up. But with Hillary,
they rushed the stage?
No, they didn't rush the stage.
Well,
we're reaching a tipping point. We're reaching a tipping point. We're at the one-year mark of Ferguson yesterday. I mean, there's several things that have happened here. Hillary Clinton is having small events. She also has Secret Service. She's hired security detail. She has Secret Service. They're a campaign that is all about controlling the message, and so they don't want anything to disrupt it. They don't want a reporter coming in and asking the wrong question at the wrong time and getting her on camera all you know, flubbing up her message, and they don't want protesters outside of her small fundraisers in the Hamptons or in Silicon Valley or LA.
Jim, when does this come back to bite her? Does it come back to bite her? Because if a Republican candidate, Donald Trump, for instance, blocked Black Lives Matter from an event, locked them out, oh my God.
You would never hear the end of this.
That's
and
it
reminds me of the times, all of those times that Code Pink would rush the stage with George Bush or Condoleezza Rice or some other Republican. This is just mob activity. The left created this off of a myth of Ferguson, and I do live in St. Louis. We're going through the same thing again, the rioting, the bloodshed, because of these leftist agitators who have come to town to destroy our community. And we're sick and tired of it, Steve, I'm telling you.
I know.
This is based on a myth, and they are going to be facing this all the way to the DNC convention. Watch.
Well, let me, Nomi, did you call Donald Trump a racist?
I mean, he's a racist.
He's a racist?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. He's made racist comments over the past 6 months. But
No, wait. No. You're not glossing over that. You're not glossing over that. You know, I confronted you.
You don't think he's racist?
I don't think.
After
I know
what he said about Mexicans, after going to the border and insulting.
I know
when
he's
the governor
not
of
racist.
Mexico and
I
major
know
business,
he's not racist.
whether you know it or not, he's portraying himself as a racist.
Joe
appeal to voters.
Joe Biden, I've confronted you with this, and you love him. Joe Biden said, hey, you know why education sucks in Iowa? Too many blacks. And why it's good in Iowa compared to D.C.? No blacks in Iowa. Look at all the blacks you got in D.C. He called Barack Obama the first black articulate.
That doesn't mean he's racist. He's been a champion for economic reform. He's been a champion for criminal justice reform.
I'm not finished. Nomi,
okay,
you can interrupt all you want.
It's not about what you say. It's what you do.
Nomi,
it's what you do.
Well, let's go to what you do. Wait, let's go to what you do. Donald Trump employs thousands and thousands of blacks and Mexicans and
Does
Hispanics.
he pay them good salaries? Does he try to get them out of poverty?
I don't know. If he
champion
doesn't, they can
education
quit.
reform?
No,
Does he champion all of the things that would make racial injustice?
All right, Jim, you could have the last word on this insanity and the outrageous accusation that Donald Trump is a racist. Go ahead.
How ridiculous. Like Obama has been a champion for minorities with record black unemployment, murders on the rise. The race relations are the worst it's been since the 1960s. Thank you, Barack Obama. Your legacy.
I actually think it's the legacy of George Bush and the economic
please. You know,
system of
Nomi, I know
Reagan.
there's no cure, but we could put you in isolation for Bush derangement syndrome. It does get worse as time goes on. Now it's 7 years since George Bush, and
Right.
everything is still his fault.
Policies take a while to form.
That wears very thin. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Hey, folks, we're coming back. Don't go away.